Databricks versus Snowflake, two of the biggest names in data. If you're evaluating data platforms for your company, you've probably seen these two come up over and over again. In this video, I'm going to break down what each platform actually does, where they came from, and how they'll evolve. I'll cover the key differences that still matter today, and I'll share what I think is the most overlooked factor when making this decision. And at the end, I'll show you an alternative that might make more sense if you're a startup or a smaller team. Let's get into it. Here's what's happening over the past few years. Snowflake started as a cloud data warehouse, optimized for SQL and BI. Databricks started as a Spark-based platform for data engineering and machine learning. But both companies have been aggressively expanding into each other's territory. Snowflake now markets itself as an AI data cloud with ML capabilities. Databricks has added SQL warehousing and BI features, and the lines have blurred significantly. In fact, as of 2025, over half of Snowflake's customers also use Databricks, so the versus framing is a bit misleading. These platforms are converging. That said, their origins still matter. Snowflake's architecture separates storage and compute. You load data in, you write SQL, and it handles the rest. No indexes, no partitions. It's designed to be easy for analysts and SQL users. Databricks came from Apache Spark. It uses a lakehouse architecture. It's designed for data engineers and data scientists who work in Python, Scala, and notebooks. So, what are the remaining differences? Snowflake is still easier to pick up if your team knows SQL. Clean interface, predictable pricing with credits, great for BI and reporting. Databricks still has the edge for complex ML workloads, streaming data, and large-scale data engineering, but it has a steeper learning curve. You need to understand Spark and cluster management. However, both support open table formats like Iceberg now, both have AI features, both run on AWS, Azure, and/or GCP, and the technical gap is narrowing every year. And here's what people miss about this decision. Choosing between Snowflake and Databricks isn't about picking the quote-unquote better technology. It's about your team. A team with deep Snowflake experience will move faster on Snowflake than a team learning Databricks from scratch, and vice versa. The tool your team already knows will almost always deliver faster results than the tool that looks better on paper. So before you compare features, ask, what does my team already know? And here's another consideration. Neither Snowflake or Databricks is a complete solution. With Snowflake, you still need an ETL tool like Fivetran or Airbyte to get data in. You need a transformation layer like dbt, and a BI tool like Looker or Tableau. That's 4 or 5 tools just to get dashboards. And with Databricks, you need engineers who understand Spark, notebooks for development, and a separate BI tool. Even with their new features, you're still assembling a stack. Both paths require a data team. Both cost $5,000 to $25,000 a month, depending on your size, and both take weeks or months to set up properly. And let's be honest, sometimes they take quarters. And if you're a startup, you probably don't need either. Definite is an all-in-one data platform, a data warehouse, ETL, transformations, semantic layer, dashboards, an AI assistant, and it's all one platform and one bill. You sign up, connect your data sources, and you're analyzing data in under 30 minutes. Let me show you how it works. Once you sign into the product, the first thing you'll do is connect your data sources. Definite has over 500 pre-built data connectors for all the tools that you use on a daily basis, from payment platforms like Stripe to CRMs like HubSpot and Addio, customer success tools, HR platforms, you name it. And once you've connected your data sources, you'll create a new doc or a dashboard, and you'll immediately start talking to our AI agent, Fee. And you can ask Fee anything related to your data, such as, what's our ARR by month? Build me a dashboard. Immediately, Fee will find the data that best answers this question. And in the background, before we even ask this question, Fee immediately built data models and organized the data to best assist us. For example, it created a data model for HubSpot emails. Additionally, it created a data model for Stripe prices and Stripe invoices. And going back to the question we asked Fee found that the best data to answer this question was within our Stripe data, and now it's going to go through it and build a comprehensive dashboard. And there we have it. Fee answered the question, built a dashboard, and additionally, you're able to customize everything that Fee creates. You can review the underlying SQL
or you can change the design of the charts, etc.
So, when should you use Databricks or Snowflake? When you have petabytes of data, complex MO workloads, and a dedicated data engineering team. If you already have that expertise in-house, lean into it. But if you're a startup that needs analytics now without hiring a data team, you want something lean. Start simple, get value fast, and you can always migrate later. So if that sounds like you, check out Definite. We'll help you get set up in under 30 minutes.